Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone! That guy is fast! What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Do we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on! It's the Adepti! What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought that you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon, so how do you plan Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet it would take one but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. It begins now. Yep.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here, but please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generation Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too? Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor. Funeral Parlor.
Et bonsoir à tous, du coup, bonjour Plexi. Ah bon, c'est très bien. Et bonsoir à tous, du coup, bonjour. Ah oui, excusez-moi. Mon micro, ouais, il grésille, j'ai l'impression. Hein. Je vais passer sur le deuxième micro, je pense que je vais passer sur le micro du casque. Est-ce que ça grésille encore ou pas? Dis-moi. Je sais pas pourquoi. Ça grésille encore, je sais pas pourquoi. Je vais tenter un move, attends. Est-ce que là ça grésille encore ou pas? Non mais il est bien branché, c'est juste le shadow, je sais pas pourquoi. Attends. Non mais il est bien branché, c'est juste le... Je sais pas, c'est shadow encore une fois. Là est-ce que c'est mieux? On est mort, il y a toujours un truc qui va pas. Je vais déprimer vraiment. Ça fait 2 semaines que je bosse là-dessus, il n'y avait aucun pépin et c'est Shadow qui me décide de me niquer mon micro. Après en vrai en le baissant ça pourrait marcher je pense. Hein. Si je le baisse un peu, genre là ça devrait moins être chiant tu vois. C'est qui? De quoi c'est qui? Shadow c'est du cloud computing. C'est un truc de cloud computing qui me permet d'avoir un PC haute performance sur mon PC de merde en gros. Grosso merdo c'est ça. Mais c'est chiant parce que quand t'as pas la fibre en fait c'est vite chiant. Je sais même pas
We
pourquoi
should
il
look for a
lag
new
là.
investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
Enfin hier il marchait très bien. Là aujourd'hui il veut pas, j'ai lui cassé les couilles. Enfin hier il marchait très bien. Puis vu qu'il bug, j'ai pas la redirection USB donc je peux même pas mettre le micro direct sur Shadow. Oh, je suis obligé de passer par le paramètre là. Déconseillé au faible de connexion désactivé en cas de latence élevée. Mais j'ai pas une grosse latence en fait, genre c'est ça le truc. Microphone sur casque, balance c'est celui de la manette et microphone du real text c'est celui du PC. Je sais pas pourquoi il bug. Faut que je redémarre le Shadow et du coup je redémarre le stream, ça va être chiant. Ça va être chiant. Surtout, en fait, c'est surtout en double stream, là on est en stream sur YouTube et sur Twitch en même temps. Mais genre y a rien qui tourne sur mon PC
Even if
local,
an
il y a
antique
juste
is
Shadow.
priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Je vais essayer de redémarrer mon casque mais je pense pas. Je pense pas que ça ait changé quelque chose. Je pense pas que ça ait changé quelque chose. Je sais pas. Je sais pas là, beaucoup je... Il y avait
In
pas
a
ça
trade
avant.
war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace.
Je vais demander directement sur Discord de Shadow de l'aide parce que du coup... En plus, j'étais ultra content, j'avais trouvé un bon move pour pouvoir jouer sans devoir jouer sur Shadow et voir des coms et tout. Genre, j'avais trouvé un putain de move. Donc, il y a les paramètres de son. On va aller voir ça. Qualité du périphérique. Dépanner. Je suis désolé pour le désagrément du coup, ça marchait très bien cet après-midi, je sais pas pourquoi, genre j'étais en voc avec Angel, ça marchait. Quoi qu'en vrai je dis que ça marchait mais ce connard il aurait été capable de me dire que ça m'a... de pas me le dire pour pas m'emmerder. Il aurait été capable, après par juste gentillesse, il aurait été capable de ne pas me le dire pour pas que je me prenne la tête une fois de plus avec le Shadow. Ça doit être casse-nouille. Bah en fait, surtout que là, ça pas vraiment de genre de nulle part en fait. Parce que ça marchait très bien ce matin. Ça marchait très bien cet après-midi.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts
Pas
for
de
only the
anxiété.
moment that you obtain it. We should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow up.
Non mais c'est pas censé être normal. C'est pas censé être normal justement. Après on n'a pas évoqué longtemps, faut le dire aussi, on évoque quoi.
In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace.
J'entends même plus le son. Est-ce que là ça change pas, je suppose. Vous savez quoi, je vais vous muter le casque. J'ai eu ça vous là. Je vais essayer de fermer et relancer Shadow. Du coup normalement le stream ne devrait pas se couper mais s'il se coupe bah je relancerai. Du coup. Alors par contre je relancerai sur Twitch, du coup YouTube désolé vous aurez la VOD qui sera publiée juste à la fin du live. Voilà. En plus pour une fois j'étais galère. Genre vraiment, je me suis cassé le cul pour que ce soit tout prêt ce soir, qu'on soit à l'heure ce soir. Et il y a un truc qui vient casser le cou. Bon vas-y, je tente le redémarrage du Shadow, donc si ça coupe bah je relance. D'accord, ok, Ningguang qui vient de claquer une ulti. Non, cette fois là, elle a juste posé un mur. Et si ça coupe, je relancerai uniquement sur Twitch, donc twitch.tv/kilook YouTube, allez-y. Et voilà.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it. In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace. We should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
Ok, je suis de nouveau là. Est-ce que ça bug encore? Est-ce que ça bug encore? Bonsoir à tous. Ok, je suis de nouveau. Ça bug encore.
In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no
C'est bon, c'est réparé? Ok. Bon bah nice. Du coup, petite présentation du personnage qui est Ningguang, maigresse des 7 étoiles de l'IOE. Oui, ça bug encore. Mais est-ce que c'est vraiment insupportable ou est-ce que c'est supportable? Parce que au pire là jusqu'à minuit on fait le flex et après on voit. Non, ça bug pas. Bah, ça bug ou ça bug pas? Je veux dire ça grésille. Quand par bug j'entends grésille. Hein. Pour moi le grésillement c'est un bug qui n'a rien à faire là. Alors attention.
Even if an antique is priceless,
Je suis une mention mais
the happiness it brings lasts
c'est le
for
38
only the
texte.
moment that you obtain it.
Pour l'annonce. Et t'inquiète ça va quoi? Ok ok bon bah si c'est pas c'est parfait. Du coup, je vais présenter un peu Ningguang. C'est la maigresse des 7 étoiles, voilà, pour ceux qui l'ignorent. Je vais vous lire un peu son histoire, voilà, tout simplement. Alors, on va peut-être pas lire tous les trucs. Genre, on va vraiment lire l'info personnage grand max. Je vais pas vous dire les 5 trucs d'histoire du personnage parce que c'est chiant. Mais voilà. Les 7 étoiles contrôlent tout le commerce du port de Niue. Leur haute position est convoitée par nombre d'envieux. Leur philosophie est de garder profil bas et de ne jamais prendre de risques inconsidérés. Ningguang est la seule à faire exception. Elle est, aux yeux de ses rivaux commerciaux, une marchande dure en affaires. Elle est aussi une grande sœur chérie par les enfants du coin, une femme mondaine que l'on voit au banquet de la terrasse Yunjin, ou encore une amatrice confirmée du monde des desserts. Tous les gens du port de semblent connaître quelque chose à son sujet, mais tous semblent raconter une histoire différente, pouvant grandement varier d'une personne à l'autre. Seul point commun à toutes les rumeurs qui circulent à son compte, Ningguang est quelqu'un qui sort de l'ordinaire. Voilà. Donc c'est pour ça que vous avez un fond du coup du port de l'UE. Je me suis dit que ça pouvait être le meilleur fond. Surtout j'ai pas trouvé d'autres trucs stylés. Voilà, vous avez une petite Ningguang qui est montrée à gauche. Puis on va passer sur la scène de flex. Le moment où je vais flex mon excusez-moi. C'est vrai que j'ai pas eu le temps de faire la scène de jeu. Après, ça va vite à faire, hein. Elle va très vite à faire. Attendez. Hop, je mets le jeu. Hop. Et je mets mon micro. Hop. Et le son du jeu. Voilà. Voilà. Allez hop, c'est parti. On va du coup aller faire son boss. Et vous pouvez évidemment venir si cela vous souhaite. Si vous souhaitez. Alors, on va peut-être prendre un support clé mort. On va peut-être prendre une clé mort pour aller, sur cette hypostase géo du coup. On va prendre une clé mort. J'ai envie de voir ce qu'on a en clé mort. Parce que j'ai pas forcément envie de prendre là ou dilu. Mais voir ce qu'on peut avoir. Bah en vrai, là. En vrai, là c'est la meilleure. Non, parce qu'en vrai, j'ai pas envie que là fasse tous les dégâts en fait. Parce que ce qui se passe si je prends là, c'est que je vais main là. Et du coup, je vais très peu jouer les autres. Autant prendre Salut. Voilà, on est sur une épée rituelle du. Un espadon rituel du côté de Salut. Ah ouais, ça se passe comme ça. Hein. Voyons ce que peut donner cette team Ningguang. On est sur Ningguang un peu faible, hein, par contre, on va pas se mentir, elle est un peu faible la Ningguang. Ouais, et même en vrai, même Salut, on va pas prendre Salut. Genre, je sais pas qui on va prendre, mais on va pas prendre Salut. Après, il faudrait un DPS en soi, hein. Faut un mec DPS parce que du coup, Ningguang elle va taper Géo. En vrai, si on va prendre là et on va juste essayer de pas oublier Ningguang, quoi, que Ningguang est le perso principal du jour.
Don't waste my time. Gather. Burst forth.
Ouais, ce qui est bien, c'est qu'avec du coup, Albedo, elle va se faire boost ses dégâts géo. Voilà, c'est ça qui est bien avec Albedo, c'est que du coup Ningguang va avoir un boost de dégâts géo. Hop, on ramasse le petit conque. Et voilà, et on va arriver, on va juste attendre de s'éloigner assez. Pour que les ennemis là-bas arrêtent de venir nous empêcher. Voilà. Voilà, du coup on va aller avec la maigresse de cette étoile, on va aller affronter ce petit boss du coup, le boss Géo.
Don't waste my time.
Stabilize. Burst forth.
I condemn you. Rack and ruin. More speed. beg for mercy.
Ouais, vous savez quoi, on va péter tous les autres piliers pour pas qu'ils puissent y aller.
Stabilize.
Let
Ah,
us
mais...
cross swords.
Wesh. Attends, quoi? Mais comment?
This is order.
Your life is mine.
Live! Feel this ancient power.
Crush.
Stabilize.
I condemn you. More speed.
Order guide you.
Let us cross swords. Rack and ruin. It's not. Submit. Yes, I got.
Mais non, mais le shield du zone qui s'est enlevé au pire moment.
Witness my great undertaking. Burst forth. Crumble. I will have order. Solidify. This is order.
Et voilà. C'est compliqué, hein. Bonus dégâts animaux, ME. Ah, c'est bien ça. Elle est belle, elle. Elle est très belle, elle. Je le prends.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts only the moment that you obtain it.
Bon, on va aller à une statue des 7 là. Et on va prendre un autre, du coup on va prendre quelqu'un d'autre, on va prendre un autre support. En vrai, on va prendre Ember en support, hein, je pense. Dans toutes les teams où c'est un peu free, je pense que je vais prendre Ember, surtout que c'est vraiment... Voilà, bref, on va aller, on a été faire son boss, il doit être en train de respawn, je pense. Cube... Il aurait déjà respawn à ce qui paraît. On va voir ça. J'aurais peut-être dû mettre un TP. Est-ce que j'ai un TP sur moi? Ouais, j'ai un TP. Ah, mais le TP dure une semaine en fait. Et du coup, j'ai pas envie de gâcher un TP là-dessus alors que je pourrais en avoir besoin ailleurs. C'est quoi, on va se faire du poulet. Et vous savez quoi, on va pas jouer un beurre. On va jouer notre chère maigresse de Liyue avec sa secrétaire. Enfin, c'est pas que la sienne. On va jouer avec... Parce que Ningguang a un avantage, c'est que...
Solidify!
Coming to be.
It's nothing. Your life is mine.
Order guide you.
Live! Feel this ancient power.
Solidify!
Give up. Next on the agenda.
Gather! Burst forth! I will have order.
We're with
Live! Moments of birth.
Solidify!
submit. Don't waste my time. Next on the agenda.
Gather!
way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
Solidify! Yeah! Order guide you!
Must press.
J'aurais peut-être dû prendre le catching plutôt. Il y aurait quand même eu une histoire de l'or avec Ningguang.
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power.
It's nothing.
This is getting interesting. Solidify! Solidify! I will have order!
Live!
Gather!
Coming to be! Witness my great undertaking!
On va raise Miss...
Submit.
Solidify!
On est bien, succès.
no trace.
On a peut-être les côtiers à faire. Ah mais on a les côtiers à faire aussi. Ah ouais, en fait il y a plein de choses à faire. Ah c'est vrai qu'il y a des côtiers à faire. Vous savez quoi, on va mettre une grande amie de Ningguang avec nous parce qu'en vrai, on a vu qu'on s'en fout de deux persos.
Come with me.
Voilà, même si elles ne peuvent pas le dire publiquement, ce sont deux grandes amies, la capitaine Beidou et la Maigresse.
Don't waste my time. Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye. I guess I'll host an expedition at the Adventurers Guild.
らと言ったら無駄な努力をやめたらねえと言ったらほらほらほらほらと言ったら見抜くのにもう少しねえと言ったらほらほらほらと言ったら無駄な努力をやめたらと言ったらほらほらほらほらと言ったらほらほらほらほら見抜くのにもう少しねえと言ったら
It's not.
Take this! Eyes on me!
Next on the agenda.
Vous savez quoi, on va mettre catching un peu.
Let's go. Time is...
Next on the agenda. icy frost. Next on the agenda... I can fix this! Next on the agenda...
Give up. Fuck.
No touching! Speed of light! With sword comes shadow! Don't blink! Hey!
It's nothing.
Speed of light!
Your life is mine.
Next on the agenda... We're way behind schedule. We're way behind schedule. Access denied. Come on.
Don't waste my time.
next on the agenda?
Give up.
Don't waste my time.
Give up.
Par contre, au premier degré, les gars, ça me donne envie de jouer Ningguang.
Order guide you.
Genre de la jouer de manière plus récurrente, je veux dire.
Nothing more than regular snowfall. What?
Alors je suis sûr qu'il y a un potentiel avec Ningguang main DPS.
It's nothing. Your life
Parce que
is
déjà
mine.
là, même pour un perso baronnier, genre avec genre c'est très bien, on va même pour un truc qui est baronnier, imaginez,
Give up.
imaginez avec une triple couronne et tout, genre ouais, c'est ultra mal.
Don't waste my time.
Solidify. This is order.
Give up. Don't waste my time.
Don't blink! Cut to the chase! The air is just right.
fast track. Thank you for
Bon.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it. Error.
Longsword in hand and the world at my feet.
We should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees. In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace.
Alors, on doit faire pour le truc des streamers, on doit aider à compléter 2 poèmes du jour. En fait, on doit faire l'événement pour les trucs de streamer. Mais le truc, c'est que j'en ai fait, ça je les ai fait. Hein, ça, je les ai fait, mais je sais pas si je dois faire en live ou pas. C'est quoi, on va faire l'événement, hein, les gars. Alors, hop là. Ah, c'est en haut, il est tombé. Là, ce TP là, il est en haut déjà, je crois. Mon cher ami, ton regard porte à nouveau sur le cerisier, profite de sa douceur éternelle, semblable à la première gorgée d'un délicieux saké. Mon ami, ton regard porte à nouveau sur le cerisier, comme la première bouchée d'une bête sauvage, tu n'oublieras jamais l'origine de ta curiosité. Mon cher ami, porte ton regard à nouveau sur le cerisier, alors qu'une nouvelle balade s'écrit sur tes lèvres, garde-la dans ton cœur et accroche-la au ciel étoilé. Mon ami, porte ton regard à nouveau sur le cerisier comme la première fois. Comme la première fois où tes pas t'amenèrent à suivre les traces du vent, un voyage vers l'inconnu qui t'attendait. Mon ami, porte ton regard à nouveau sur le cerisier. Rappelle-toi de la première fleur que tu as accueillie, ronde, charnue, semblable au cœur ardent d'une jeune femme. Ouais, je suis sûr.
We should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
C'est bon, on va continuer les bêtes en vrai.
Ah, you're here. It appears everyone has arrived. Last night, I visited a former servant who once worked for my family. I was able to learn the entirety of what happened. In my great-grandfather's generation, the Ishin art was tasked with forging an important Goshinto according to an ancient forging diagram. Though all the craftsmen involved were very experienced, the process was still unsuccessful. Every blade that was forged was defective. When the deadline came, the blade still wasn't finished, so the craftsmen all fled and hid for fear of punishment. The Kaidahara clan and Yashiro Commission then conducted an investigation. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan eventually tracked down the craftsmen near the seaside. However, they met fierce resistance from the craftsmen, and in the end they were unable to prevent them from escaping by sea. The Kaidahara clan was severely punished for the swordsmiths that had escaped, and the family gradually fell into decline. Moreover, I heard that the head of the Kamisato clan was injured by the fleeing swordsmiths, which combined with his advanced age caused him to pass away shortly thereafter.
Yes. The sudden passing of the family head left the Kamisato clan leaderless. Treacherous people took advantage of the situation and put the family's status in the Yashiro Commission at jeopardy. This single incident had profound effects. Even after the position as head of the clan was passed to my father, the Kamisato clan still wasn't able to regain its prior reputation. But, thanks to my brother, everything is getting better now.
The failure to forge the blade was ultimately attributed to a lack of required skill and finesse. The Kaidahara clan and the Yashiro Commission always believed that was the case. However, the story of the 5 Kasen seems to imply that the failure didn't stem from a lack of skill, but rather, the diagram had been tampered with by someone. Miss Kamisato, I heard yesterday that the Yashiro Commission has still kept the diagram ever since the failed forging all those years ago. Might I ask you to do me a favor?
Yes, I understand. I will go back and search for the diagram. Please come meet me at the Kamisato estate later.
Ok, donc on doit aller au domaine Kamisato.
Solidify!
On va voir si ce jeu-là, si on peut pas monter ces aptitudes-là. Ah non, non. En vrai, faudrait essayer de forger les matériaux.
Speed of light! Hey!
You give, you receive.
TC qui elle veut pas augmenter, hein. Elle veut pas programmer TC là. La machine.
Submit!
Order guide you.
Incoming! Don't blink! Hey! This is long overdue.
Solidify.
Nowhere to hide.
Don't waste my time.
This is order.
Cut to the chase. Speed of light. Hey! Born of ice and frost.
Give up.
Parce que je vais regarder un peu les équipes qui donnent sur les sites. En vrai, vous savez, j'ai regardé, j'ai vu, mais il y a bien des teams méta.
Even if an antique is priceless,
Ningguang,
the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Travail. Ah ouais, mais le voyageur géo, je l'ai pas. Ningguang, pur géo. Albedo. Zong. En vrai, on pourrait faire celle-là. Attendez, je suis en train de regarder. Bennett et Albedo.
Understood.
Voilà, on peut faire ça, ouais. Ils disent après, ils disent Bennett, Jingshu, ils en donnent plein. Hein. Ils disent Jingshu aussi. En vrai, on peut essayer parce que Jingshu, je joue pas beaucoup et Et pour le coup, je le préférerais à Bennett, même si Bennett a l'avantage du heal.
For justice. Time to act.
En plus, il est dans l'event, donc autant les jouer.
Although it's not gold, it certainly glitters.
Are you here to play with me?
Don't waste my
Let
time.
me amuse myself a little.
Submit!
Gather! Order guide you.
Give up.
The more, the merrier. The systems shine no longer.
Body and mind. No, my sword! Don't waste my time.
Come into being! Live!
It's nothing.
Legend niveau max.
Everyone, I've managed to find the old diagram.
Though the diagram is well preserved, you can still tell that it's seen at least 3 or 4 centuries of history.
Whoa, that's pretty old. Is it still possible to find any evidence of tampering?
At this point, we can only try our luck and see how we fare.
J'ai la dalle, les gars. Je fais clignoter un bout.
Although the effect is not too obvious, you can still see that some words have now started to smudge. Kazuha, this is clear evidence that this chart was indeed tampered with. Someone framed the Kaedehara clan all those years ago.
I see. But I fear that I've discovered this secret too late. When my grandfather was young, he proposed reviving the Ishin art many times to my great-grandfather. But my grandfather was only scolded for being too foolhardy. Yesterday, The former family servant said that my great-grandfather even went to the Yashiro Commission to request that diagram from the head of the Kamisato clan. He then showed that diagram to my grandfather and asked him and his subordinates to try to forge the sword. Sure enough, my grandfather also failed. My great-grandfather then told him, if you can't find the secret within, then the Ishin art deserves to fade from the world. My grandfather left Inazuma in a rage after hearing those words. He didn't ever see my great-grandfather again, even till the day of his passing. Looking back at it now, the argument between the two of them was simply...
Oh, Kazuha.
I heard that your great-grandfather was very industrious when he was young, but later in life, he no longer bothered with the forging arts. It appears that his failure took quite a toll on him.
Kazuha, did your great-grandfather really say, if you can't find the secret within? Did he use those exact words?
Yes. The servant said that he personally heard those words, and still remembers them very clearly. My grandfather was so angry at the time that he smashed my great-grandfather's cherished bonsai tree.
Yes, it appears that you understand my meaning. Kazuha, if your great-grandfather thought that the Ishin art lacked finesse, then after witnessing his son's failure, wouldn't he have said something more along the lines of, your skills aren't sufficient? But instead he said, if you can't find the secret within. Don't you find that a little strange?
Huh? Oh. So you're saying my great-grandfather may have very well known that the failure was due to someone's tampering?
Yes. The current evidence suggests that is highly likely.
I apologize, but would you all please accompany me to the Tenryou Commission? After I became a wanted criminal, the Tenryou Commission seized my family's last remaining estate, which contained all of my family's old belongings. I want to inquire about the whereabouts of those belongings. If I can find them, we might be...
All right, let's get moving.
Ouais, mais ça va être dur. On avait ça. N'empêche, moi je pense que tout ce qui est quête d'event comme celle qu'on est en train de faire, en vrai ça devrait être des quêtes de l'or. Sauf que bah du coup elles seraient pas. Ils les mettraient pas en. Ils les mettraient pas en. On n'aurait pas tous les trucs événementiels à côté, on aurait juste les quêtes.
Don't waste my time. Your life is mine.
Solidified! This is order!
Give up.
Feel this ancient power.
Ring cutter.
In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace.
Et je pense que après le flex de Ningguang, une fois que j'aurai fini Raiden, je vous ferai un... Je la bosserai à mort, Ningguang. Et une fois qu'elle sera finie, je vous ferai une vidéo où je vous montrerai ce qu'elle est venue du coup. Moi je pense qu'il y a moyen que Raiden elle prenne part, enfin que Ei elle prenne part directement au truc. Je la vois mal rester passive sachant que qu'elle nous a apporté son aide juste avant là. Je pense qu'elle va venir et qu'elle va nous... Parce que je pense que Sarah va nous dire non et après Raiden va faire si. Faites-le.
What are you all doing here? Did something happen on Rito?
Kujo Sara. Perhaps you still remember me.
Yes, I do. You're Kaedehara Kazuha, a wanted criminal during the Vision Hunt decree. However, your arrest warrant has since been repealed.
Sora, we'd like to ask about the Kaitahara clan's property that was seized by the Tenryou Commission. Do you know where all their belongings are now?
Yes, the items seized at that time are currently stored in the warehouse next to the police station. Since Kaedehara has come back to Inazuma, those items should be returned to their rightful owner.
No, I'm afraid you misunderstand. I'm not here to reclaim those belongings. I just want to investigate them for a personal matter.
I see. All right, I'll inform the police station. They'll take you into the warehouse.
Thank you, Sora!
Kaedehara, about the Vision Hunt decree.
That's all in the past now, Kujo-Sara. There's no need to mention it again. I know you've also had your own convictions and struggles. However, may I ask something of you?
Yes? What is it?
Currently, I have no plans to stay in Inazuma. As a result, those items from my family's estate are of no use to me. Madam Kujo, I believe you are a person of integrity. After our investigation is over, I'd like to ask if you can handle those belongings for me. Please, sell them, and use the money to help the poor.
All right, I understand. I'll be sure to take care of it.
Oh là là. Je sens qu'il y a un passif entre Kazuha et Sarah, je sais pas pourquoi, mais vas-y. Ça sent trop. Ça sent qu'il y a un passif. Après voilà, je pense qu'en fait juste Sarah en fait on sait que le pote de Kazuha, il a été défié la toute puissante Shogun pour un duel devant le trône, comme nous on a fait avec la Signora. Sauf que bah voilà quoi, vous savez que les duels devant le trône c'est des duels à mort quoi, donc il serait pas improbable qu'après que Kazuha s'enfuit, Sarah et les rechercher avant qu'il quitte Inazuma à bord du Crux. On en verra plus tard.
Ah, you must be here to investigate the Kaedehara clan's belongings. Well, Madame Kujo's already informed me of the situation. Please come. The Kaedehara clan's belongings are stored in this warehouse. Unfortunately, the items are scattered throughout in order to save space. My deepest apologies. However, I have clearly marked the corresponding items, so they shouldn't be too difficult to find. I'll be waiting for you at the door. Please, come see me if you require any assistance.
Kazuha, since the items are scattered throughout the building, I propose we split up and look for clues.
Yes, sounds like a plan. Thanks for your help, everyone.
Bon, bah, allons chercher.
Oh, it's you. I'm currently investigating the sword rack.
Oh, since the Kaitahara clan was a family of renowned swordsmiths, then this blade should be super valuable, right? Maybe it's a treasure of the Ishin art!
I'm afraid not. Although the sword rack is made of fine wood, the swords placed here appear to be quite ordinary. Due to the dire financial situation of the late Kaitahara clan, everything of value has probably been sold off already. The blade on the sword hasn't been sharpened, but there are many signs of use on the hilt. Perhaps Kaedehara used it for training as a child.
Let Paimon see! Oh, there seems to be a couple uneven characters etched into the scabbard. Kazu-ha. Wow, so it really was Kazuha's! Paimon can imagine what Kazuha was like as a kid.
I will continue investigating here and call you if I find anything interesting.
I'll be checking around here.
Ok, donc on doit battre tout le monde sauf à Kazuha. C'est pas précisé ça.
Oh, it's you. Unfortunately, I have yet to find anything of value here.
Whoa, this folding screen looks pretty old though.
Yes, perhaps if it were better maintained, then it could fetch a decent price. However, I doubt it could be sold in its current condition. I was taking a closer look just now and noticed a large piece of dirt caught in the fabric fibers on the back side. The soil is deeply embedded into the cloth. That means a great deal of force was used when the dirt was lodged into the cloth. It's likely that this patch of dirt is from the very flower pot thrown by Kazuha's grandfather. Because this is not what we're looking for now. Let me think. If I wanted to leave a message behind, I would probably choose to leave it on something a little more special.
Albedo seems to be thinking pretty hard. We bet.
Non, l'alcool, tu ne l'emmènes pas.
There must be some around here somewhere. Do you see all these pots here? Some of them are bound to have liquor inside, right?
Un alcoolique, celui-là.
Hey! Everyone else is trying hard to help, and you're over here looking for a drink?
I merely jest, of course. Come on, we're close to uncovering the truth now. Why do you—
Well, Paimon doesn't really get why Kazuha told Sarah to sell all these belongings. What if we don't end up finding anything today? Then wouldn't Kazuha lose the chance of finding out what really happened all those years ago? You know, just saying.
I know you are worried about Kazuha, but if you ask me, he is stronger than you think. Since Kazuha made such a request to Sarah, that indicates he's already made his choice. Whether we find out the truth or not today, or whatever it turns out to be, he's— No, not intuition. Rather, I've lived for a long time now, so you could say I have some experience in reading people. Leave the things here to me. You two can look around elsewhere.
Il reste Jinshu entouré.
What did you find, Shinjo?
I found quite the pile of old books. These books here are all related to smelting steel, and these are about the process of forging blades. This pile over here is all about plants and flowers.
The books about plants and flowers must have belonged to Kazuha's great-grandfather.
I skimmed through them just now, but I didn't find anything particularly worth noting. I shall take a closer look and let you know if I find anything.
Bon, bah,
Everyone,
personne ne trouve.
I've found something that you should all have a look at.
Oh, seems Kazuha discovered something. Let's go see what he's got.
This flower pot was in my house for a long time. I heard that it was left behind by my great-grandfather.
Yeah, the plants seem to have been dead for a while now.
Well, after my great-grandfather stopped studying the forging arts, he picked up the hobby of keeping bonsai plants. Most of his prized plants were given to others once he became seriously ill. But he specifically left behind this dead plant at the time, and even instructed my grandfather not to throw it away in his will. My grandfather deeply regretted that he never managed to reconcile with my great-grandfather, so he left the plant exactly as it was. But now that I think about it, my great-grandfather could very well have left it behind for other reasons.
Now that you mention it, this flower pot is kinda suspicious.
Yes. Let's take a closer look, shall we?
We finally found something! It's only a bunch of blank paper. Do you think someone already discovered the compartment and swapped the contents?
No, I do not think that is the case here. See the paper? It's quite yellowed, which means it's very old.
You mean to say that these sheets have been written with special ink, like that which Miss Kamisato found before?
Yes, I agree with this hypothesis.
Okay, let's give it a dunk then.
There is a pond outside the police station. I'll use the water there.
weren't just plain old sheets of paper, were they?
Just as everyone guessed, after I sprinkled some water onto the paper, writing did indeed begin to appear on it.
Oh? What does the letter say?
It is. I'll tell you what my great-grandfather knew at the time, but before that, I wish to take you somewhere. Everyone, please follow me.
D'ailleurs, je viens de penser à un truc. Est-ce que j'en suis où pour le cerisier? Ah bah, on peut aller monter le cerisier sacré, donc on ira le faire après, du coup.
Time to act. Body and mind. Kaedehara, why did you lead us to this beach?
It is. In fact, my great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan tracked the fleeing swordsmiths to this very location. Our hypothesis was correct. My great-grandfather was well aware of the truth behind the defective blades. And it was right here where they encountered the culprit who framed the Kaedehara clan and the Raiden Gokaden. It reads, "To whoever reads this letter, I, Kaedehara Yoshinori, have been held to a certain secret throughout my entire life. I don't have much longer in this world, and after much consideration, I've finally decided to disclose the matter. All those years ago, when I was pursuing the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of the Yashiro Commission, I was not injured by one of the fleeing smiths.
It was night, and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for the culprits to show themselves. However, there were no swordsmiths in sight, only a single eccentric stranger. This stranger claimed to be the one behind the failed forgings, and said that he had been patiently waiting for us. He then threatened to destroy the Raiden Gokaden. That person was of able body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai had been defeated. Commissioner Kamisato was severely wounded, and I barely escaped death myself. My hat had fortunately blunted a blow to my head. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But, after noticing my appearance, he stopped his attacks and sternly asked if I had any connection with the name Niwa. I answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, I was adopted by the Kaedehara family. Upon hearing my answer, the stranger paused. After a long silence, he suddenly said, "Tell her this. My name is Kuni Kuzushi." He then turned and left.
Wow. So that's what really happened.
Yes. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan escaped from death and learned that the forging diagram had been tampered with by Kunikuzushi. However, due to the encounter, the head of the Kamisato clan was worried that my great-grandfather would be falsely accused of being involved with the perpetrator. So even on his deathbed, the master of the Kamisato clan cautioned my great-grandfather to never speak of what happened. Because the perpetrator said he would destroy the Raiden Gokaden, my great-grandfather worried that the perpetrator would still return for vengeance. So, to protect his loved ones, he closed the family business. He said, "As the leader of the Kaedehara clan, I am deeply ashamed to witness the decline of the Ishin art. But as a father, it is my priority to ensure the safety." Yes, that's right. If my grandpa had somehow discovered the secret behind the tampered diagram all those years ago, perhaps my great-grandfather would have told him the truth. Unfortunately, he failed to catch any of the hints in my great-grandfather's words. Miss Kamisato, it appears you were unaware of the happenings that my great-grandfather described here.
I suppose the reason the head of the Kamisato house never spoke of this to the family was due to similar safety concerns. If the perpetrator was capable of tampering with even the Shogun's diagrams, and could single-handedly defeat many men, then he is not an ordinary enemy. I will discuss this matter with Brother shortly, and investigate the identity behind the one called Kunikuzushi. Rest assured, we will act cautiously.
To be honest, as I read the letter, I felt much turbulence in my heart. My great-grandfather said in the letter that he did not wish his descendants to blindly seek revenge and be deceived by things of the past. Though he was in a tight situation when he wrote these words, I feel like they are still valid nonetheless. I think what's most important for each person is not the past, but the present. Even though we must carry the burdens from the past, there are also things we wish to strive for. Therefore, knowing the truth behind what happened is enough for me. That being said, if the enemy from all those years ago is still lurking and plotting to stir up more trouble, then I definitely won't turn a blind eye. These are simply insights I've gathered from all that I've experienced. Thank you all for accompanying me in my search for the truth behind that incident.
Great! Now that we're done here, let's head back to Rito. Today is the final stage of the Iridori Festival. Not only will there be Shincho's signing event, but Albedo's painting of Kuranushi will also be unveiled. Let's take a stroll through the festival venue. Maybe we'll find everyone there. Festivals always attract so many people.
Hello, traveler. Paimon?
Albedo, why is the portrait of Kuranushi all covered up? Paimon wants to see what your Kuranushi portrait looks like.
Don't worry. The unveiling ceremony will be starting shortly. You'll see what it looks like then. I will say that I'm most satisfied with this particular work. I even made a special trip to see someone in order to complete it. They gave me some very valuable suggestions. Is that so? Anyway, there is still time before the ceremony. You may have a look around the venue first.
If you're tired from walking all around the festival, how about you sit right here and try my Inazuman snacks?
Well, hello everyone.
Hey! two doing together? Don't think we didn't see you two chatting up a storm just now. The moment we came over, you stopped talking.
Is that so? I'm afraid you're
We were merely discussing wine and food. I'm sure you two wouldn't be interested.
Speaking of good sides with sake, I personally prefer fried tofu.
Forget it. Even if those two are plotting something, they'd still never let us know.
Festivals always attract so many people.
Absolutely love this fan novel.
Traveler, Paimon, it's a pleasure to see you. Indeed it did. Thanks to you, the signing of—
Shito, is it just Paimon, or are you on the lookout for something?
You aren't mistaken. Though I'm ashamed to admit it. But in fact, I have been on the watch for tourists from Liyue. After all, I came to Inazuma under the pretext of evaluating a potential investment. If an acquaintance were to see me sitting here, then there would be no way to hide the truth from my father. Fortunately, the crowds of readers that came flocking over have kept the usual tourists at bay. Oh, I should mention, Shu is also unaware of the real purpose of my trip. If you happen to meet him, please, then
Please accept my thanks in advance. I'm sorry that I can't chat long. There are still readers waiting in line. I'll see you later at the unveiling ceremony for Kuronushi's portrait.
Not like that at all.
Check out our fairy tale picture books. Suitable for all ages. I just absolutely love this fan novel.
You want the latest issue? Thanks for your support. Outlander Brigade will definitely be a big hit.
Please, get in line over here. Maybe I could just turn my diary into a light novel.
Why do these have to be this way?
Ah, greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, Ayato! We finally get to see the busiest person of all.
Yes, there were many things which required my attention these past few days. Fortunately, the Iridori Festival is proceeding smoothly. The Tri-Commission cooperated closely to prepare this festival, so at long...
Brother and I are very grateful for your help.
Toma sure is taking his sweet time.
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy. I was going to buy some books, but he said he wanted to come along. His treat. However, he forgot his wallet at home, so he asked Toma to go back and fetch it for him.
Paimon didn't think Ayato could ever be forgetful like that.
Brother always works diligently, and it's rare for him to ever put his duties to the side and relax. So, Toma and I really cherish such moments when he's forgetful.
Maybe I could just turn my diary into a light novel.
Come on. Why do things have to be this way?
Inazuma's cooking. I'm not used to it at all.
Enjoy the blessing of Lesser Lord Kusanali. An Aishan blessing, now 10% off.
Kazuha, what are you doing here? Why aren't you...
I came here to take in the sea breeze. Such a bustling atmosphere is never really to my liking. I knew you were still worried about me. Thank you, but please, don't worry. The things I said in front of everyone weren't just pretty-sounding excuses. Look. See this familiar harbor in front of us? Before, you could sit here all day without seeing a single ship pass through. Instead, all you would see were soldiers from the Kanjo Commission, guarding against possible intruders. But now, it's become a bustling place. Not only are foreigners coming to Inazuma again, but traffic between here and Watatsumi Island has also been picking up.
Yeah, Inazuma has already started to change, huh?
I was thinking, in some ways, Each and every one of us are similar to this country. It might take a different amount of time for different people, but there will inevitably come a day when each person can let go of their burdens. And when they finally let go, they are free to follow the wind as they please.
It's time for the portrait's unveiling ceremony. Let's head over to the Five Castle Plaza.
On fera après le théâtre mécanique.
Our crowdsourcing competition is now underway. Take part and win prizes.
Who is this Jinyu everyone keeps talking about? Welcome home,
Make sure you get in line early to buy your special edition drinks.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Iridori Festival. Today, we have ushered in the final stage of our festival. And now we will reveal the final portrait of the Five Kasen, Kuronushi, which was done by none other than our guest artist from Mondstadt, Calx.
Paimon has no idea what Albedo's portrait looks like.
Let's all count down together. 3, 2, 1. Huh? What's this? This piece depicts nothing but a background. I suppose Calx must have forgotten to include the character. Let's hear some words from Calx himself regarding the creative process behind this piece.
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to say that it was an honor to be invited to create the portraits of the Five Kasen. The Five Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many stories. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuronushi is the deepest and most differing of the Five Kasen. Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the Five. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination. After all, the Iridori Festival is a place for everyone to express their minds through creative works.
Yep, that's Albedo for ya. His super logical explanation is sure to win everyone's approval. Well, it seems that our adventures at the Iridori Festival have come to a close. Huh? Well, oh, right! We still haven't figured out who left those stories of the Five Kasen for us to find. Really? Come on then, who is it? Tell Paimon! Well, that makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no way to give the right paper to the right person every time. Right. Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve the secrets of the Kaidahara clan. Oh, Paimon gets it now. Let's go. We'll get to the...
Ah ah. J'ai une suspecte en vue.
The one who left the stories of the five Kasan. I'm afraid you guessed wrong, Paimon. It wasn't me.
Huh? Really? Oh, Paimon thought for sure you'd be the sneaky and tricky one.
But seeing as you stumbled upon me, you aren't far from finding that person now. Because other than me, there's only one person left.
Cloche, quoi? Non, c'est là aussi. Deuxième suspect en vue, les gars.
Ayato! You're the one behind the stories of the five Kazen! But don't you think you overdid it a little? Leading all your friends on a wild hunt like that?
As it just so happens, one of the reasons I'm here today is to explain the details behind this wild hunt.
Huh. Paimon wants to see how you'll explain yourself out of this one.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Xingqiu and the editor carrying the books away one night. She...
Huh? So it was Miko after all! Paimon knew it! This thing had Miko written all over it!
That's right. But using the story of the five Kasen to guide you to the Kaedehara family's secrets was my personal touch. As for my roundabout approach, well, that was something which I had no choice but to do. Yes. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori, as well as the blank papers hidden inside. I knew there was more than meets the eye regarding those papers, but it took me some time to figure out the secret behind the ink, the kind that would only appear when exposed to water. What Kaedehara Yoshinori said in the letter is very important for both the Kamisato clan and the descendants of the Kaedehara clan, especially Kazuha. The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my ancestors who were unable to protect them all those years ago. So now, this obligation fell on my shoulders. Although he has the right to know the truth, the closer he draws to things hidden out of sight, the closer he also draws to danger. I had to confirm whether Kazuha has both the will and ability to be privy to the truth. Of course, I could outright tell him the truth that I had discovered, but maybe he doesn't have the will that's required. In that case, if he lacks the ability, then he wouldn't be able to find the truth in the first place. In which case, it would be better to keep him away from danger altogether. Kaedehara Yoshinori left his message in a roundabout way precisely for this reason. For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to convey this matter, right up until the night when a legend of sword was smuggled away.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Yeah, it wasn't only Kazuha. You brought all of the rest of us into this plan of yours.
I figured you would ask this question eventually. I merely saw that this matter would be of value to you. And more importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have some reliable friends by their side. Reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would spare no effort to lend a helping hand in times of trouble. Because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy together in the future. You already know the answer deep down inside, don't you? The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuronushi. When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before.
Et où est la terroriste? Enfin dans une cellule de la commission administrative, j'espère, hein, parce que c'est là qu'est sa place en fait. Tout simplement.
It's getting pretty late, so nobody else is around now. So Ayato must have been telling us to splash water on the portrait, right? It's the Balladeer! So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago!
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before. Also, there's one last thing that we must discuss. I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plants. I wish to tell you of that incident now. It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku decree. I heard that something had happened at the Tenryou Commission. They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse storing the Commission's articles of evidence and confiscated items. But I felt something unusual about that incident, so I told Kujo-Sara of the Tenryou Commission to treat it as if nothing happened. She was not to increase the guard or relocate the warehouse contents. In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse. And sure enough...
You mean... he...
I let him search for a while, but in the end, he found nothing. Soon after, he had to leave Inazuma by boat.
Why didn't you send someone to catch him?
The best way to protect a secret is to treat it as if it doesn't exist, is it not? After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaidahara clan's belongings one by one, and eventually discovered the papers in the hidden compartment of the flower pot. I am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrator sought to find, though he couldn't confirm whether the secret existed at all. So, now on to my final question. Which part of Kaidahara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected? I don't have an answer to this question at present, so I'll leave it to your future self. As for now, please, enjoy yourselves at the Iridori Festival.
Mais j'ai trop de questions. Pourquoi déjà? De 1 et de 2. Ah oui, pourquoi? Et de 2, mais il est même pas censé exister. On parle d'une époque bien avant que Ei aille s'enfermer dans le plan euthymique. Oui, je sais jamais le dire. Mais ce qui veut dire qu'elle n'a pas pu créer elle ne comptait pas créer la marionnette, donc elle n'a encore moins créé un espèce de bêta de la marionnette. Scaramuccia ne devait donc pas exister. Et il pouvait encore moins vouloir détruire quelqu'un. Surtout le Raiden Godaken, je sais pas le dire. Je comprends pas.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness
Bon,
it brings lasts.
j'ai pas tout compris, mais c'est pas grave. On va continuer les gars. Ah, je comprendrai peut-être un jour, on comprendra peut-être même plus tard dans l'histoire.
You know, according to the arrival schedule, there should be one last ship arriving in Rito today. But the Iridori Festival is coming to an end. Who would be showing up now? Oh, it's almost time. Let's go to the harbor and take a look.
Tata. Je pense que ça va être un fatui, un truc comme ça. Bah non, j'en sais rien en fait.
Hello, Paimon. Nice to see you again.
Wow! It's Kokumi and Goro! So the Divine Priestess and the General of Watatsumi Island have come to take part in the...
Yes, but we are not here representing Watatsumi Island's administration. We were invited as individuals. Things are quiet in Watatsumi Island at the moment, and I wanted to buy some books. So I decided to make the trip here. Goro was not greatly interested in the Irodori Festival, but he said if I was going to Rito, he would join me.
Her Excellency is traveling outside of Watatsumi Island and also meeting her pen pal today. As her general, it is my duty to ensure her safety at every turn.
Ouais, après je pense qu'elle a puissance pour ses grandes toutes seules.
Yes, we started corresponding just recently. My pen pal and I share very similar tastes in light novels, and we always have a lot of interesting thoughts to share. Since we were both coming to the Irodori Festival this time, we decided to take the opportunity to hold a book review session and discuss our views on various novels in more depth.
Sounds pretty professional. Hey, since you both like novels, why don't you try writing one together? Who knows, maybe you'll...
That's a very interesting idea. It's almost time. Goro and I must go to meet my pen pal at the agreed...
Kokumi, Paimon's super curious about this pen pal of yours. Can Paimon come with you?
Let me think. Yes, I think it should be fine for you two to come with me.
Après toi, moi aussi, on est de
let's go
gradés
together.
de l'armée de Watatsumi. Hein. Comment ça, la quête est déjà... Attends. Dans un autre pays. C'est pas ça, c'est là. Quoi? C'est pas une photo du propriétaire? il sort? Ça pourrait être Alrani, la correspondante de Contenu, parce que du coup elle est toujours occupe l'enquête, je sais pas, voilà.
This is the meeting spot.
There's no one else around.
My. Who have we here?
Miko? Oh no, Paimon hadn't counted on running into Miko. She and Kokomi are on different sides. And then, are they gonna end up...
Lady Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine. No wonder. I was just wondering where that air of superiority was coming.
If it isn't the leader of Watatsumi Island, who looks as soft as a jellyfish, but whose words sting like one too.
Uh-oh, this is getting out of control.
Hello. Nice to meet you, fried tofu with all the frills.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine, soul of the deep.
Hey, what? Miko is Kokomi's pen pal? No, it can't be. Look at them. Clearly they already knew each other. Does that mean...
Whatever are you talking about? I don't understand. I'm simply here for the book review session with Miss Soul of... Let's go.
The venue for this meeting is in the Kanjo Commission headquarters up there. The view is excellent, making it a perfect place to drink tea and discuss.
Who holds a book review in the Kanjo Commission? You seriously expect anyone to believe that? You're not here to talk about shaking up the Inazuman literary scene. You're here...
Watatsumi Island will soon hold formal talks with the shogunate on Inazuma's future development. It's essential to have an informal meeting like this one before.
Right, especially with someone outside of the shogunate like myself, who is in a good position to test out where each party draws the lines. But this is just our first meeting. It's a little too early to announce it to the general.
Huh. Okay.
By the way, where is your general? Didn't you say he would be joining you?
Huh. That's right. Where did Goro go?
Il va se cacher dès qu'il a vu Yaya arriver.
Goro went to buy some books for me. He won't be attending the book review.
Oh, what a pity. I was rather looking for...
Traveler... I have been getting the sense that Goro does not like having to deal with Guji. I noticed he instinctively hid as soon as he saw her just now. However, Goro has a strong sense of responsibility, so I would like to give him the task, but Goro rarely buys anything. So, as a favor from me...
Kokumi, you focus on the meeting with Miko. Leave the...
Thank you. I made a list of the books I'd like to buy. Please, pass it on to Goro.
Bon. À nous deux, petit bébé.
Goro? Are you all...
Oh, it's you. I wasn't expecting you-know-who to show up. Oh, I came here to ensure the safety of Her Excellency, but now I'm useless.
Goro, don't be so hard on yourself. Actually, Kokumi asked us to give you a
Oh, Her Excellency's purchase list. Got it. This is how Her Excellency wants me to make up for my mistakes.
Goro, let us come with you. We can show you around the Iridori Festival.
Oh, thank you.
Après, on est là pour guider à la base, hein. Voilà, quoi. Bon.
There is a children's storybook on this list called Night at Mount Yogo. I think this is the...
A children's storybook?
Yes, it's for the children of Watatsumi Island. Her Excellency says that this book is simply written and very useful for learning new words. Hello, I'll take 5 copies of...
Thank you for your patron. Wow, you're a lucky customer. There's a coupon in one of the books you just bought. Would you...
Wow, Goro got it.
Here you go. A toy fox. It's all yours.
What? A toy?
Are you okay? The hair on your tail is standing on end.
Fine. Thanks for the gift. Could you maybe, look after the toy for me? Yes. As a thank you gift for coming.
Seems like Goro still hasn't recovered from seeing Miko.
Okay, next up, this isn't the focus of this trip, but it says on the list that Her Excellency had an editor called Onodera purchase the latest issue of A Legend of Sword for her in advance. Well, we'd better not keep him waiting too long.
Oh, we know him!
I really want to invite Miss Ryoko to the festival.
Bah, où est Chichu?
Excuse me, are you Mr. Onodera? I'm here to pick up the new issue of A Legend of Sword for Soul of the Deep.
Hello there. Yes, I have the book right here.
I heard Soul of the Deep is the VIP of the Iridori Festival, but couldn't make it here in time for the signing event.
Oh, also, if you have these books available, please give me one of each. Thank you.
All right, let me see. Oh my goodness, it's your lucky day today, sir. You were the 100th reader to buy the Saga of Hamavaran. That entitles you to receive a special edition version with a review personally written by Lady Yae herself. Are you okay? You don't look very well.
I'm fine. Thank you for the books. Her Soul of the Deep asked me to buy this book after all. I'm sure she'll be very happy to receive a special version with the...
Goro does not look like he's enjoying this at all. Paimon doesn't know if he's lucky or
Oh, one other thing. Because of the amount of your purchase, you're able to enter the Yae Publishing House's lucky draw. Please come... Sir, please take your lucky draw whenever you are ready.
Just turn the handle and a prize ball will come out. Maybe today's your lucky day.
Come on, Goro, go for it!
Let me see. Oh, wow, incredible!
Goro, you're a lucky dog today! So
The grand prize is a full collection of each light novel published by Yae Publishing House. Not only is the prize awarded personally by Lady Yae, but you will also have the chance to shake hands and take a photo with her to commemorate the occasion.
Putain, mec, il se mange le plus gros shaft de l'histoire de l'humanité.
What? Not only do I have to meet her, but...
What? This guy won the Yae Publishing House's grand prize?
An entire set of all their light novels. That's what...
excuse me, ma'am. Could we...
Huh? You mean you want to give up the prize?
Goro, don't give up your prize. If you don't want to see Miko, that's fine. We'll figure...
No, that's not what I meant. I'm not giving up the prize, and, I can cope with the ceremony and the picture-taking. But I have a request. I would like to ask Yae Publishing House to change the prize from light novels to books on agricultural science of equivalent value.
Agricultural science?
Yes. The land in Watatsumi Island is quite barren and always yields a poor grain harvest. We've been looking for new ways to improve the residents' lives. One of her Soul of the Deep's core objectives for the Iridori Festival was to purchase some works on crop cultivation and aquaculture. If I can get these books as my prize instead, we can save a lot of money, and Soul of the Deep can buy some other useful resources too.
I see. I understand your request, but I don't have the authority to grant it. I will contact Lady Yae now. Please wait for our reply at the 5 Kasen Plaza. Depending on the situation, Lady Yae might need to negotiate this matter with you further in person.
Okay, understood.
Elle serait capable elle serait capable de lui dire de venir négocier elle-même juste pour l'emmerder.
Goro, that was pretty brave of you. You clearly don't like having to deal with Miko, but you still agreed to the ceremony and even made your own demands.
You think so? I guess I got a burst of courage when I thought about Her Excellency's orders and the people of Watatsumi Island. I am the General of Watatsumi Island's armed forces. How can I let something like this defeat me? I'm ready now. I feel like I'm back on the battlefield. Even if Yae Miko does come to negotiate with me...
You still look pretty nervous.
Well, probably because I just realized she might make a cunning counter request just to toy with me.
Sorry for keeping you all waiting.
How did it go? What did Guji Yae say?
Lady Yae has agreed to your request to swap the light novels for books.
That's great!
Additionally, Lady Yae says that she will include a few extra works. Considering your intended use for... You may accompany me to Yae Publishing House's warehouse to select your preferred books. I believe your return ship leaves tomorrow night. We will package the selected books and take them directly onto the ship for you.
You'll package the books? Then, what about the ceremony?
Lady Yae said selecting the books may take up a lot of your time and energy. To ensure you have fond memories of the Iridori Festival, she decided to cancel the ceremony. Although, she did leave you a letter. You can read it on your own time.
I didn't think Yae Miko would cancel the ceremony. Huh. I was so convinced that she would try and make a fool. Anyway, I'll go with the editor to pick the books now. I won't trouble you guys anymore. Great! See you tomorrow night!
Et Albedo et tout, ils sont déjà tous repartis ou pas? On les voit plus là. Incroyable, la terroriste serait repartie. Et Inazuma serait toujours debout.
Kokomi and Goro will be boarding their boat home soon. Let's go down to the harbor and see them off.
Traveler Paimon, thank you for coming to see us off. Very worthwhile. The book review session was a big success, and I feel very positive about the forthcoming talks. Goro also made a great contribution. He procured a whole batch of useful books.
I may have won the prize, but ultimately, it was Yae Miko who gave us all these books for free. If I have the...
Speaking of, didn't Yae Miko send you a letter yesterday? What did...
Oh, I almost forgot. I'll read it now.
Dear Goro, I suppose you must have been extremely nervous when you heard about the prospect of the award ceremony and the photo. It came as a surprise indeed to learn that not only did you accept those conditions, you also made your own demands. Those books are a token of my goodwill to Watatsumi Island, and also my gift. Ah, yes, I'm sure that by this point you must be feeling ever so grateful for my kindness. And Yae Publishing House will host an event next month, and we are looking for someone to dress up as a character from a light novel. Goro, you are not only patient, but also very beautiful. Why don't you come and help us? Oh, and by the way, it'll be a woman's outfit.
I knew it! I knew she was up to something!
Ah, il se fait Shark H24, ok. Ah, j'en peux plus. C'est trop. C'est trop. Bon, nous on va s'arrêter là du coup pour ce stream J'aimerais bien qu'on aille faire... Oh, je sais même pas. On pourrait peut-être aller faire un boss histoire de finir sur... Ah non, j'ai même plus de raison pour le boss. Mais du coup il me reste une condensée en théorie. Il me reste 3 condensés. Il me reste 3 condensés. C'est que vous savez, normalement la semaine je farm le donjon là pour la miss. Après normalement on a des objectifs à faire en stream pour l'événement. Récupérer un ensemble complet d'artefacts 5 étoiles, vermilion et trèfle. Récupérer un ensemble complet... Ouais, en gros faut récupérer un ensemble de choses. Alors voyons voir est-ce qu'on les a. Ouais non, donc il faudrait finir sur le donjon là. Ok. Donc il nous faut une coupe et un dilemme. Ok. Bon bah on va aller... On go faire ça en stream hein, du coup. Hein. Alors vous vous doutez bien que pour le donjon, on va le faire mais avec pas forcément Ningguang. Parce que le donjon va être niveau 80. En plus je sais même pas combien il y a dedans tu vois. Voilà, on va y aller avec nos personnages habituels. Attendez. Ah, en vrai, ça va. On va y aller avec la team Eula habituelle, évidemment. Eula, Zong, merde.
Take heart. Victory will be ours.
Raiden et Albedo.
Stay close and you will live.
Voilà, qui va finir ce petit
More speed.
donjon. Lundi prochain, on va faire le tirage au sort pour le personnage de lundi prochain.
Solidify!
Come into being. Now you shall perish.
I will have order!
I condemn you. Touché.
First form! Rise! Stabilize!
Crush. Freeze to the core. Rack and ruin. Inazuma shines eternal! Shine depth!
This is order!
Bah, il faut savoir qu'il y a plein de petites tâches à faire et que du coup c'est 20 kilos la tâche. Ok, il nous manque un sablier et des chaussettes. Et une coupe dessus là. Ok, bon, on va se voir. Est-ce qu'on a un sablier attaque pour 100 5 stars? Non, on a rien. On a quoi en fleurs? Ouais, on a rien non plus. En fait, j'aimerais bien mettre un sablier attaque sur eux là, mais que ce soit le réminiscence ou celui-là, ça reste la même chose en soi. Faut voir si je mets celui-là sur eux là, c'est une quoi les stats? 164 heures, en vrai je pense que même 164 heures, genre c'est largement suffisant pour eux là. Maintenant faut que ça proc TC. Avec un bon proc TC en vrai on pourrait... Parce que là, Azana il avait dit... Après si on met un truc de crit, ça donne quoi? Ah mais du coup bah, ouais, on a assez de TC, mais on va avoir trop peu de DC. Donc vaut mieux laisser du TC sur Raiden en plus. Bref, on va aller, on va faire quand on va faire les deux résines. C'est quoi, on va prendre un perso de chaque élément qu'ils disent.
Good
Alors,
eye.
on va prendre les tarots et on va prendre...
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
On va voir ce que ça donne avec les éléments qu'on disent.
There is no escape. Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish.
Solidify! I will have order!
Shine down.
Solidify! This is order!
Time to go. There is no escape. Torn to oblivion. Under us.
Gather! Stabilize!
Wind blade. Go. Draw's over.
Disappear! Gather! This is order!
On n'a pas ce qu'on veut. Dégâts critiques. Ça va, il y a pire. Ça va. Ça va, en vrai, ça va. Parce que je crois qu'on doit avoir le set en live, hein. Après, si, ouais. Je sais pas. D'ailleurs, il faudra que je laisse mes rediffs publics, donc...
Solidify!
Wind blade. Shine down.
Solidify! Order guide you!
There is no escape. Higher, higher, pants on fire. See?
J'aurais pas dû utiliser lu. Après, il faut que je détermine à quel moment Luc... un jour que j'aille dans la nature et tout, et à partir de combien d'années je peux plus... Je vois qu'il y a ma porte d'acheter lutte.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Stabilize! I will have order!
Illusion shattered.
Solidify!
Time to go.
Wind blade! With the wind! Order guide you!
Now you shall perish.
Solidify!
Après, on sait les cadeaux, elle est pas.
Gather!
Faut penser que Utao elle est montée en level, son arme est max, mais niveau max, mais ça elle est pas non plus montée de ouf. Recharge d'énergie attaque ok donc c'est plus merde. Et. Putain, par contre, incroyable de sur le shaft. Enfin, c'est triste hein de se dire qu'il existe un monde où on peut se faire autant par un jeu vidéo quoi. Vous allez voir, tout va monter sauf ce que je veux, c'est lire le TC. Je saute. Bah, de toute façon, là, on va la remettre à sa propriétaire de base, qui je crois est la toute puissante. Non, Kayaka. On va la remettre à Ayaka en attendant, et on verra ce qu'elle donnera une fois niveau 20. Une fois niveau max, on verra ce qu'elle donnera, mais pour l'instant, il vaut mieux essayer là avec même si en vrai je cherche juste un orthodoxien qui a du TC et de l'ER. Ah oui mais là il y a l'ER en plus ça. Bon, à voir ce que donnera dans le futur hein, cette plume. Mais bon, de toute façon il y a encore plein, vous voyez j'ai encore plein de plumes à monter, il y a la plume à Chuyun, la plume à Ningguang, la fleur à Ningguang, la fleur à Ayaka du coup. Donc on peut voir à mettre sur là peut-être quand elle sera montée. Puis voilà, on continuera en live de farmer ça, il n'y a pas de soucis. On travaillera là-dessus, on le fera tous les jours. Améliorer votre adjuvant niveau 4. J'essaye de vous dire un peu, de prévoir un peu le planning qu'on fera pour la semaine prochaine. Alors... c'est quoi, on va les monter fluorisés sacrés. Et oui, je sais pas comment on peut... Attendez. Comment je pourrais voir mon adjoint et monter... Ah bah si, faudrait aller... si, faudrait aller là. Niveau 3. Ouais, donc il faudra voir si on peut le monter aussi, on va aller voir ça. On aura une idée de ce qu'on devra faire pour la semaine prochaine, du coup. Ok. On est bientôt à R57 hein, les gars, bientôt on va passer la R56. On va bientôt être à R57. Je sais pas si on a fait les 5 serpents. En live je pense pas en vrai. En live je pense pas qu'on les ait fait, donc on ira les faire. Hop. Là-dessus ça devrait être facile. Placer une courbe florale à l'intérieur d'un pot pendant la... Ça on devra le faire... Attends, je pense que la prochaine fois on fera full explo du gouffre, raffiné adjuvant. Ah il manque un truc. Voilà ce qui manque. Il manque un truc. Oh, on aura une couronne en plus, donc ce sera bien en vrai. Voilà, terminer une étape de défi en difficulté moyenne. Ça on l'a fait, ça c'est sûr. Compléter les étapes du défi 3 fois. Les 2 poèmes on les a fait en live en plus, donc c'est bon. Compléter les étapes du défi 3 fois. Genre, attendez, il faut faire 3 fois chaque étape. Après, ça va être ça, mais voilà quoi. Attends, non. Bon, je sais pas, on verra ça au moment venu. Hop, voilà. En attendant, bah merci à tous. Je suis désolé pour le désagrément causé par le micro. Je suis désolé pour le désagrément que les problèmes de micro ont causé. Je vais résoudre ça de toute façon là tout de suite, je vais regarder. Je vais tenter de vraiment redémarrer Shadow genre en l'éteignant et tout. Que ça marchera sûrement. Du coup YouTube on se... Ah non c'est vrai, il faut faire le tirage, bien vu. Putain. Enfin bien vu, c'est moi qui y ai pensé, mais j'y ai pensé. Alors, tirage au sort. Ah faut qu'on tire le prochain... Attendez, liste, personnage, Genshin, impact. Oui, mais moi je les voulais en liste quoi. Bon. On va le faire autrement, ce n'est pas grave. Je vais redémarrer le jeu et la play. Juste sans écart d'essence. Bienvenue à tous ceux qui nous rejoignent, on va procéder au tirage au tirage au sort du prochain personnage. On va marquer, mais en vrai j'ai pas le lien de plutôt d'il y a 2 semaines. Attendez. Parce que historique. Il y a 2 semaines, nous étions le 4. Shadow putain, je sais pas. J'ai pas fait de scène spéciale tirage. Moi, YouTube, je vous souhaite une agréable soirée, une agréable semaine. À la semaine prochaine, du coup, pour un nouveau Flex ton perso. Ce coup-là, on retrouvera Lisa, la bibliothécaire de mon stat. Voilà, de toute façon, vous pourrez vous inscrire avec vos Lisa dans la semaine. Je vous tiendrai au courant, vous aurez les formulaires pour vous inscrire et vous pourrez encore vous inscrire au dernier moment. Les formulaires sont accessibles tout le long. Quoi qu'en vrai, j'avais même pas regardé. La dernière fois, j'avais regardé, il n'y avait aucune inscription, mais voilà. Vous pourrez vous inscrire. Lisa est un... Lisa est un personnage de base, donc là, pour le coup, tous les joueurs pourront venir flexer leur Lisa. Vous pourrez tous venir flex votre Lisa, il suffit d'avoir 10 minutes de jeu, je crois. Je crois qu'on a débloqué, oui, 10-15 minutes avec grand max, donc voilà. Ce qui est bien, c'est que ça va être un personnage accessible à tous, donc on pourra avoir tout type de Lisa. J'espère qu'on verra des Lisa main, des Lisa support, des Lisa débutants, ça va être marrant. Ça va être cool justement d'avoir des débutants qui vont... J'espère qu'il y a des gens qui vont nous demander à aller aider de faire les boss pour Lisa et tout. Donc non, je pense que ça va être vraiment cool. On ira nous-mêmes faire le boss pour Lisa parce que ma Lisa est pas très montée. Mais bon, moi vous savez évidemment, je vais continuer de monter ma Lisa. Je vais du coup monter ma Lisa et 80 si j'ai le temps, je pense pas, mais je vais évidemment monter un peu Lisa. Voilà, du coup, je vous souhaite une agréable soirée, une agréable semaine à tous. Pour YouTube, Twitch, je coupe le live, je mange un bout, puis on relancera un petit live sur FIFA, je pense. Voilà. Des bisous tout le monde. En vous souhaitant une agréable soirée, une agréable journée. Et du coup, à tout à l'heure pour Twitch et à la semaine prochaine pour YouTube. Des bisous tout le monde, au revoir.